Dying Light 2 just got a new update, and it's way bigger than you think. This is not a simple combat update, it's an expansion that will keep you playing this game for weeks and even months. But first of all, let's talk about the things that were actually announced. Number one is the new gore system added to the game, and it is amazing. Now when you hit an enemy, pieces of their flesh in that spot will be ripped off and reveal the bones and internal organs of the zombies. If you hit them in the belly, their guts will be hanging from their stomach. If you cut them in half, you can actually see the bones of the rib cage sticking out of the body. Same thing goes for human enemies. If you cut them in half, you can observe the very detailed anatomy of their corpses. But my favorite addition has to be the headshots, because not only is it satisfying to chop off your enemies' heads, but you get a different effect depending on the place where you hit the head of the zombie. For example, if you hit the lower front part of the head, you can actually slice the jaw and make them look like bloodsuckers from Stalker. Or alternatively, you can hit the back of the head in order to reveal the brains of the virals. But if you want to see even more, you can simply stomp the heads of the infected, and here the gore system really shines. You can not only see the convulsions of the brain, but also the eyeballs and broken jaws with teeth. And the most important feature is that this works with every single type of enemy in the game. And it feels very satisfying that after a very hard fight with a volatile, you just slice his head off. Or the head of a bolter after a long chase. Or dismember the body of a demolisher as if you were part of some sort of satanic cult. The possibilities are endless. You can even play football with the skull of a volatile hive birth thing. I still have no idea what they're called. But this method looks even better on very tanky enemies like goons and demolishers, because near the end of the fight, they're most similar to a walking pile of meat than an actual human being. Also, we have even new features from Dying Light that were added, because when you use a blunt weapon against an enemy, you can actually break his bones and get this slow-mo X-ray effect just like in the first game. Although no matter how many times you break their legs, the virals will still manage to walk, which I find pretty sad, but hopefully this will be fixed in the next updates. That's it for the gore system, but there is a lot more to this update. The second addition I found were these new types of virals. They look more like humans and have a way bigger health pool, but most importantly, when they die, they explode in this green mist. If you are doing chapter 2 random events, you know that before only certain renegades could do that, but now we have virals that possess this function, which makes combat way more exciting, especially during nighttime, because you actually have to watch out for your immunity to not hit 0%. But a strange thing that I've noticed is that no matter what weapon you use, whether it's a head stomp, a very powerful machete, or a spear that deals 2000 damage, it will have the exact same effect on the health bar of the viral. Another new addition I spotted is that bolters now have a new attack. Once they're running away from you, they can lift this small pool of toxic liquid, which gives them the ability to somewhat defend themselves. And the last enemy change I've noticed is that volatiles actually get involved into the fight. Before, when you were fighting an enemy during nighttime, only a couple of virals could come and attack you, but now I start to see very often actual volatiles coming to the noise. And I really like this because in a couple of minutes the situation can seriously deteriorate, and this makes nights way more scarier, just like in the OG Dying Light. Furthermore, I've also started to encounter way more banshees when wandering around at night. But now let's get to the really important features, this being the new weapon crafting system and the new bounty system. Yes, that's right, you can now craft your own weapons. In order to do this, come to a craft master and there will be a dedicated window for that. Just like with any other blueprint, you can upgrade your weapon blueprints. For now, there is a total of 37 blueprints available in the game, and they can either be obtained as a reward for a quest or found somewhere in the world. Once you access the craft master, you will immediately get the signpost axe blueprint, which I find very cool because before the only way to get this axe was to get in the developer's room. But the most important part about weapon blueprints is that they have this little icon with arrows pointing at the top, and this means that the weapon will scale to your level, which is very important because, for example, if I complete the reddest red quest, I will receive a weapon, but it's very low level. But I also receive the blueprint for this weapon, so I can go to the craft master, upgrade it and use it at any level I want. Another feature that I really like is that the blueprints you find in the world have the exact same texture as in the first Dying Light, which obviously evokes some nostalgic vibes. And the final and most important addition in this update was the new bounty system. Once you go into the bounty window, you will immediately notice this part right here. Here will be displayed all current events and all bounties that you have accepted. Here there will be also bounties that aren't tied to any chapter, and upon completing 5 of them, you will unlock a loot box. This box is pretty similar to the ones you receive after getting a legendary level. There is one bounty that refreshes every day and one bounty that refreshes every week. If you have already completed the daily bounty, unfortunately you cannot get a new one, you have to actually wait until the next day to get a new quest. But this is still not the end because we have the pilgrim outpost. Basically how this works is you go on the official Techland GG site and then you pick bounties you want to complete. These bounties are divided into 4 categories. A total of 6 bounties are available every single week, but you can only activate 3 at once. So when you complete a bounty, you have to go to the official website, claim the reward and then activate another bounty. The rewards you get for completing these bounties are reputation points, which contribute to your reputation rank. Once you level up your reputation rank, you will receive special coins that then you can spend on in-game loot boxes, skins and much more. But what I really like is that this exact system works with Dying Light. So now you can complete bounties in Dying Light 2 in order to earn rewards in Dying Light, or you can complete bounties in Dying Light to earn rewards in Dying Light 2. Unfortunately, I cannot show you this because for some reason I cannot connect my Epic Games account where I have Dying Light. But if you've been doing Dying Light quests before on Techland GG, you might remember this system because you could also select only 3 bounties at once, except you had access to every single quest and not just 6 every week. And then of course we have the new event called Viral Rush, which basically consists of virals spawning everywhere. Most of the time it will feel like you have a level 1 or level 2 chase because of how many virals spawn. And the goal of this event will be to cut off 1000 viral heads. And for doing this you will receive the Rahim outfit and a special weapon blueprint. The event isn't all that amazing, but overall the update is really great. Techland is finally adding features from Dying Light that were missing in Dying Light 2, making it an actually good game. I especially like how the Pilgrim outposts connect the two games together. So now we just have to hope that in the next update the parkour system will be improved and finally made like in the first Dying Light. Because when I came back to Dying Light 2 in order to film this video, the parkour and combat felt really janky and slow compared to the first game. But I guess we'll have to wait and see.